So let's go ahead and follow X and O as he's going to run straight up to this, straight up to the hut before he stealths because there's no pet or markers on the other team. So he gets a nice little distance. He's going to work around, but Franken Squad is not interested in that as they're going to run around the backside of this hut knowing that the rogue is around the other side. They're trying to pop that rogue out. One more explosion after he turned that corner. I think he would have caught him. XNO is digging out there looking for that. Binky did a good job putting himself in combat so he didn't get sapped, and they got that rogue out. They got to start on the way they wanted to. Mass is just trying to get that poly out onto Cozy. Doesn't get kicked. I thought he'd get kicked there. He's trying to get a poly out on anybody that he can. Cozy doing a great job, though, LOSing around that hut. I love the way that teams utilize the hut like a carousel. They really just play around it, and they play. And you see teams are really learning how to play this map well. So Mass just does whatever he can, gets a poly out on a Cano while him and Cozy are so separated. Really does a good job of buying time here for his team. But Shine is feared and gouged, and they're just not really able to take advantage of this CC that's put out. So Cozy's doing a good job staying in the back line, maintaining their mana. Mass is already at half mana. Shine is sapped. I didn't even see X and O land that sap, but you know, dropping combat like that and just getting those cheeky saps out, we've seen them be so huge. X and O was fishing for one there on Binky as Binky drops that Psychic Scream after keeping himself in combat there, though. Shine eating a full Psychic Scream away. Canna in the full poly. These guys are playing defensive. These are two top teams that are playing it safe. You love to see this. Mass is trying to throw out whatever polys that he can because Cozy is staying LOS and back, and it takes him a few seconds to get up around this corner and get these polys off. So Mass might not be hitting the poly targets that he wants to hit, but that doesn't mean that the polys he's hitting aren't effective. He certainly is getting use out of his polys. Mass goes ahead and gets those 2 ticks advantage that he needs, while Shine goes ahead and tanks Cannabis. And both teams are just kind of resetting here. You can see, look at these priests, 100% mana. How long are we into this round? Both these priests, 100% mana. Shine's the only one here is in a little bit of trouble, but he gets a full advantage off. These teams are just doing a great job dropping combat and playing defensively. And this is like, there is so little LOS, it's just a hut. Mass here is actually in a bit of trouble. He can't get away from the grips of X and O here. X and O is just trying to put that pressure on here. He's trying to round that corner, but Shine is just keeping those hamstrings on. But I don't know for how long Shine gets that full fear. X and O has got the sprint on with the hamstring on. He's trying to, I think, land the sap here. No, he gets the gouge onto Binky while they turn to Mass. Oh, Mass, though, with the huge double Nova. He needed it there while his priest was incapacitated. Man, both these teams are exchanging bouts of pressure, but I will say that Might OD is really looking strong in this moment of time. Binky's doing a good job LOSing, making sure that no one can tap him with a little bit of work. He's just trying to do what he can to drink. You can see he's starting to run low on mana. Shine puts a good disarm on XNO when he needed to. Let's see if these guys are going to be any wiser to Binky drinking. Binky's just doing his running and drinking and just making sure that he stays topped. Takes Canna out of his poly and throws him with a fear. Oh, Shine sapped again. X and O doing a huge job taking these warriors out. But I'll tell you, if you look at that Psychic Scream that sent them flying, these guys are trading CCs so hard that they're not able to take advantage when CC gets laid out. Shine charges into Canna here. Cozy here, you can see him in the back corner. X and O throws the gouge onto Binky, just buys a few seconds time here. As you can see, Might OD is going to start throwing a little bit of pressure here on Mass again. Mass seems to be their #1 kill target. Mass seems to be the person they want the most. I'll tell you, I don't think we're going to see a single quick round tonight. Pretty sure all the ones we're about to see are going to be nice. I don't even want to say attrition battles, because look at these mana pools on these priests. They're completely topped off. On every side, we have a full poly out on Canna. Shine is just trying to do anything he can to drop these hamstrings, keep his priest and mage safe. You can see Binky and Mass are doing a really great job creating separation for Shine when he needs it, and just making sure their team is taking as little damage as possible. It's helping these guys stay topped off. Canna just coming out of the disarm now, surely going to start laying these wing clips. Shine is doing a great job keeping everyone slowed. Really, he is. You see, X and O is just trying, but he just can't quite reach Mass, but he is certainly going for him. Mass gets 1 tick of that bandage off before it gets interrupted by Cannabis. Cannabis is trying to turn that corner, get any bit of distance he can, but Mass dead zone polys Canna. Great play there. So we have a 3v2 here. Let's see how long they're going to hold out, to see if they're going to be able to take advantage of this situation. but they are in it all before Canna gets out of that poly. Escape Artist out of X and O. No, fake Escape Artist. Now he uses it, gets for the LOS, but he gets that Frostbite proc. X and O just being rendered useless by this Frost Mage. And neither of these teams shine here at 40%, X and O at 62. Neither of these teams outputting too much damage, but they're threatening. Canna is starting to run See, Cozy is polyed in the back line. They haven't gotten Cozy in a poly too many times. Let's see if they're going to be able to output any damage while he is poly. It doesn't look like it. Mass is on the run here from Canna. Mass throws the poly onto Canna as Cozy is coming out. Cozy is starting to get the heal, but Mass, does he get the kick? Or was that a fake cast, or did he get the kick on that heal? Either way, Cozy isn't able to get the heal out until now. Steps out for that LOS. Great communication right there. That is model communication. He says, step out for the heal. Ready, go for it. Seriously, great communication there from X and O and Cozy. Shine is just trying to stick on X and O. Cozy drinking in the back line. These priests are putting on a masterclass on how to keep yourselves topped off during arena. They're LOSing, they're staying in the back line, they're separating, they're running through their kiters. This is as good as a first round as we could have asked here as X and O gets the Psychic Scream. He's at 38%. Cozy has 4 seconds left on the Psychic Scream. X and O in trouble, 17%. Cozy's still running, 5%, gets the bandage tick. He gets interrupted. KO here for Franken Squad. Might OD has one player go down. Cozy's still polyed here. Let's see if they're going to be able to get a double kill, if they're going to be able to exchange here for a trade. Cozy just wanding in this back line. We have a 3v2. Let's see if Mass is going to be able to get this poly off onto the priest that he's looking for. Cozy goes ahead and heals right off. Cozy's just throwing those wands, maintaining mana, topping Canna when he can or needs to. Mass is just fishing for that poly. Separates here from Canna. Full Psychic Scream onto Cozy. Let's see if he's going to poly. I'm sure he will at the tail end of this, but they're going to go ahead and start throwing the damage onto Canna while Cozy is running away. And this is going to be a 1-0 for the Franken Squad. So they haven't lost a round yet all season, and they will not lose the first round here tonight. Let's start out here on our rogue friend here. As round 2 is underway. X and O again is going to do the late stealth because there's no pets, hunters, nothing on the field. He's going to stealth and go that way. The other team goes the other way, and knowing where the rogue is going, X and O is fishing for it, doesn't get to land it. Mass pops him out of his stealth and is just trying to get whatever poly he can. Lands it on Canna. Cozy takes him right out, and these teams are underway. As you can see, the priests are in the back line, so we have Mage and Warrior in the front line versus a Hunter Rogue in the front line, which is kind of an interesting start there. Shine is just trying to keep up onto X and O. He keeps him in combat. Great job there. I'm sure X and O was looking for stealth and a sap there. You saw him get a couple of cheeky saps. Canna gets out of the poly, gets a full Psychic Scream into the backline. Good chain CC there out of Franken Squad. Good double Nova here out of Mass. Mass trying to throw the poly, lands the poly onto Cozy. Let's see if Cozy has their trinket available, but you can see they're electing to hold it. They throw the heal. They're throwing a heal, but another poly comes out on X and O. X and O might be in quick trouble here. 15%, 11%. The recom comes out. 13%. Cozy coming out of the polymorph in just a second here, but he re-poly is 8%. Goes down quick KO here. Franken Squad gets a quick kill. Might OD in trouble and quickly. What poly is there out of Mass? He was wise enough to anticipate the trinket and was able to get the second poly out in time before that heal came through. Cozy around the corner is going to drop the heal onto Canna. They're in a 3v2 situation. But Canna isn't fighting back. They throw the poly, and that's going to be a quick 2-0 here for the Franken Squad. They took advantage of just one small situation, and they certainly made them pay the price. I'm sure we're going to see X and O go ahead and run up to the hut. He's going to get that late stealth. I'm kind of interested to see if he's going to run right and then, bait right and then turn left. A little bit we saw there. He's stepping out. He knows Shine isn't sappable, so he steps back, lands the gouge, and instead opens onto Binky, but Binky with the huge double Psychic Scream. Wow, that chained into a poly here. So this again is just a flawless start here out of Franken Squad as Cozy winds up in a full poly. They're not able to take advantage, though, this time, as X and O has the hamstring on, but no damage has been able to get put out while this priest has been in this long polymorph. So sooner rather than later, we're going to see this priest get 10-second immunity, and it's going to be able to really take care of his team, and maybe we'll see CC go the other way. So we'll see how this winds up working out for them. X and O tops off. Cozy full scream the other way as Canna gets the full poly this time. Cozy coming back into range to help his hunter out, gets the dispel off. and has to work his way through a couple of dispels there through the layers. Mass throws whatever poly he can here onto Canna, knowing that Cozy's LOS. Cozy gets that LOS though to get him free. Canna turns the corner, eats another poly. Cozy's ready with the dispel. You can see Mass is now playing in the back line. We've seen him be more of a frontline mage where he's really just fire blasting, noving, and just working on his instas. But you see him playing a little backline and getting these rank 1 frostbolts out, which is different because we just see Mass playing a little, I want to say a little more aggressively, playing the front lines. So it's cool to see him playing a little more backline style, and he's doing a masterful job at it because, again, like, look at how he's doing this with Cozy on the other side of the hut, making them run all the way around while they're hamstringed. That really makes things difficult for them. You can see Cozy is eating through their manas. Binky's being able to keep himself topped off. So long as they're able to keep this team on their heels, they might be able to walk out of here with a 3-0 sweep, so long as they can keep them engaged the way that they are. XNO here is at 52%. Full double Psychic Scream here onto Canna and Cozy. As XNO is at 40%, are they going to be able to chain this into a poly on Cozy? In which case, XNO might be in real trouble, but a huge kick there out of XNO onto Mass, so he cannot cast poly when he needs to. Cozy drinking in the back line. Finally gets gouged into a Psychic Scream, trying to get that poly off onto Cozy. Cozy knows what's coming, though. You can see Cozy getting around that hut, keeping the LOS onto his teammate as he drops full heal onto XNO, and he is just trying to keep himself away from this mage who's giving him a hard time. Certainly giving him a hard time with these polys. Mass goes ahead and gets that double Nova. You can see that one of Mass's go-to moves here is that Nova into the poly, and has been super effective as Mass is at 47%, gets the 1-2-3 bandage ticks on him, and he is safe and reset. XNO resetting as well. These teams are doing a great job. Both of these teams, you can tell these are high-quality teams. These guys are playing for the distance here. Makes me wonder if we're going to see these teams play again in the future here, but Mass tries to get the full poly onto Cozy as Cozy's trinket comes back, and he gets a trinket out of it. Cozy trying to drop the full heal onto XNO, and he's able to get one off there as Mass, he sees Mass throw his Nova, and it cost him a global. And Cozy's able to sneak one in there. It was a great timing there by Cozy as he pops out, gets that heal going during that global. Great reaction play there. Heads up play out of Cozy. So he gives his team just another second here. XNO is stealth. He's going to be fishing for a sap here. He's going to look for just anyone who's out of combat. Really, this can be huge. This can be huge if XNO just lays this sap here. He's fishing for it. Oh, I thought he was going to be able to land it. Instead, he tries to open here onto Mass. I had I was clinched here on my seat. I was excited, thinking he was about to land it. Cozy here in the full poly, and a little bit of a tide turner. Cozy gets the full poly. They're not really able to take advantage of it, though, as their team is so spread around this hut. That's kind of, you see this map and you think, wow, this is such an open field map. It's just like people are fighting around a rock, basically. No, these guys are literally working around this carousel of a hut every round. It's not as open field as one might think, so I love the way that these rounds play out. Shine is just dropping double hamstrings onto XNO and Canna, but XNO is actually stealthed, and again fishing, throws a gouge onto Binky. Not going to be enough though, because Mass has that ice armor, so we're gonna have to coordinate the setup there. But Canna at 9%, 13%, and in serious trouble. He goes down, and it's a KO here as Franken Squad gets a kill, and I'm not sure if Might OD is going to be able to give them their first round, as Franken Squad is looking quite healthy at the top, halfway through this round here, as Shine charges into XNO, and that is going to be a 3-0 sweep here for the Franken Squad. So round one is underway. I can't help but wondering if our rogue friend is starting stealth. I believe he did start completely stealth, so Boner's not going to be able to sick his pet on him and pop that stealth. His pet is hanging back with him. These rogues are doing the dance as Fresh and Karma are going ahead and peeling around the fireplace, but Fresh is kind of separated from his team. He might not want to be fishing out so far for a sap while his team is on the back here. You see, if he gets a sap, his team's not really going to be able to take advantage. Fresh gets popped out of that stealth. Shaloop hits him with the explosion. Oh, but it was batched. He does land a sap. Fresh sprints away. He's going to try and reset here. Stogue is in the back here. Karma is still sapped. So they weren't really able to take advantage. Nothing happens except Thick Boy here. Looks like he's gonna take most of the damage. But man, that sap broke immediately on Fresh Beats as Trina gets polyed, and they have no priest on the field for dispel. So this is gonna be tough. Fresh is at 50% and looks like he's in trouble. 30% pops the evasion. 15 recon puts him up to 30, but he is dropping quickly. Karma is also taking some damage here at 44%, but Shaloop is going to keep Trina here polyed in the back line, and Karma is going to peel back, and they're going to turn their damage onto Friday Beers, and they are putting Search Twinks in a very hard, if not impossible, hole to crawl out of here. Shaloop is just trying to drop the polys, keep them in a 3v1 situation here. They're going to work on Friday as that poly breaks early. They go ahead and throw the wing clip on him. And they're, neither team has a healer on, so this damage they're doing is valuable, but Shaloop is doing a great job rotating these polys and maintaining his cooldowns. As Trina hits the ground here, it's going to be 1-0 here, and a quick one with no healers on the field for either team for flanking Uranus. So teams are going to get into their other starting positions, and we'll get round 2 started here as soon as we can. Underway, FU has the 1-0 lead. Let's see if Fresh Beats started stealth here, because the only danger is the one pet on the other side of the field can break his stealth if he's not starting stealth, but it looks like he's fine on that end as Karma is coming creeping around this corner right in Friday's direction. I don't think that they are even thinking about this rogue coming from this way right now because their team is so far back. I think that Karma's going to be able to just step in and just nab Friday here. We'll see if he's able to connect as FU's getting close. Exactly what they want to do is they land the sap there on Trina. Let's hope that that lands. Oh my god, the board charges in though and breaks the sap on Trina. That is surely not what they wanted to do as Trina comes out and starts peppering. Karma throws the dot on him, but they are taking down Thick Boy pretty quickly here as front lines start to exchange. FU pulls back a little bit. They're peppering Boner with some range, but Shaloop is dropping a full poly here onto Trina. Let's watch here from Shaloop. You love to watch the mage from this perspective. He did a masterful job last round of just rotating polys and making sure everyone's cooldowns were staying in check. Karma lands the huge sap on Fresh. There's a poly down, and we're seeing a 3v1 situation here as FU is going to put all of their burst here onto Friday. He just needs to go ahead and hamstring and keep himself alive. He is in a hard situation, but they're throwing damage here at Karma too. Karma's at 34%. They're might be looking at a trade as Karma throws the evasion on, so maybe not. He's doing what he can to keep himself alive. Karma at 33% as their FU is turning their CC onto Trina and their damage onto Fresh. Trina is sitting in that full poly as Karma is going to run around, do the lap, throw that full bandage on, and too little too late there as Fresh arrives and Karma throws the gouge. Fresh is in danger here. Boner turns his pressure onto him, probably throws a Serpent Sting if I had to guess, so he's not going to be able to bandage. He isn't able to get around that corner while Trina stays in the poly that whole time, and we are looking at a 2-0 start here for FU. And these rounds go by quick. There's so much damage going out and no heals to be done, but man, between if Search Twinks wants to underway, you can see that Fresh goes with the late stealth there, which is kind of interesting. You notice that Boner's an Eagle Eye right now, so he wasn't throwing his pet on Fresh, but he was, I guess, just watching to see which way they started. I'm sure he was trying to communicate which way he saw the rogue going. It's kind of interesting, though. We haven't seen a rogue, a hunter catching, or a warlock on that note, catching rogues out of stealth, but we've seen potential, we've seen potential for it. So you see Friday charges in. They're going to throw a little bit of damage on the pet, but they're controlling the pet, pulling him back. The pets both get pulled back. Both teams are going to get a little bit of restart here. Men pet goes out. Rogues are dancing right in a straight line at each other. Karma hits Fresh Beats with the sap. Friday charges in, drops the hamstring, eats the full poly though. As Boner drops the conch on Trina and they start running around this carousel. Friday gets poly, they recom out of it, and Shaloop is going to go ahead and start this poly rotation. Keeps Friday polyed as they're chasing Fresh. They're separating Fresh from his team, though. Trina's around the back side of this. Karma's at 30%. He just got recommed up to it, too. He was a little lower. Karma's at 18, 4%. Karma goes down. Jesus, Stoke gets a KO there, and Stoke is fighting for their lives here, trying to keep up as Boner's dropping wing clips onto Fresh. Fresh pops sprint. Boner can't get that separation. They have a double kill there, and we have ourselves a match. As Stoke goes up 2-1. Look at what happens. And that flag, much appreciated. As round 4 is underway, we see 2-1. Fresh might get punished for that late stealth eventually. Boner didn't send the pet in on him, but that might be coming if he keeps on risking that late stealth, as Trina's rounding a corner right near Karma, but he doesn't quite know it's there. One thing I haven't looked for is if Stoke has any humans to sniff out the rogue. I don't... Oh, they do. Friday is a human, so I can't help but wonder. I haven't seen... Oh, he did already pop Perception, but he didn't find the rogue with it. I think Karma saw him pop Perception as Schloop gets sapped, so they're in a 3v2 situation here. Let's see if Stoke is able to take advantage of this at all, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to, as Fresh gets sapped, and now we're in a 3v2 situation coming the other way as Schloop is coming out of his sap. Schloop is going to drop the polymorph as soon as he can onto Trina in the back line. It lands 3v1 onto Friday. Quick KO. Look at how quick that burst was. They had like 3 seconds of poly on Trina left, and they were able to just take him down so fast there, as it's a 3v2 here, and Trina is just getting out of his poly. Fresh is just fighting to stay alive. Gotta watch this corner here. Make sure no one's going in. Karma's at 29%, trying to fish a bandage. Surely Fresh drops him with the gouge. Let's see if they're going to be able to finish him. See if they're going to be able to get a trade here. It's looking kind of likely. Karma's at 19%, just trying to peel away 1%. We have a 2v2 here. Stoke fighting to stay alive, and Schloop at 57%. Trina has the improved wing clip. Fresh sneaks in the double bandage tick. Great play there by Trina. Trina's going to start LOSing. Fresh gets a stealth. Is he going to be able to land a sap here? Nobody opens up the way that he wants to on Schloop, puts him at 31%. Trina's going to step back out, puts the pressure onto Schloop. Schloop at 15%, 10%. He's in serious trouble here. Fresh is polyed. Trina's chasing him. Schloop goes down. 2v1 going the other way. Let's see if we can get a 1v1. Trina's trying to get around the corner here, trying to get a bandage off, but Boner lands a Serpent Sting. Trina's at 6%, but he has the separation he needs. He's just going round and around this carousel. Let's see if Fresh is going to come out of this poly, get a stealth in. He does. Let's see if he gets a sap. He does get the sap. Let's see if Trina's able to get a bandage here, but he's 25 seconds. What an absolute round here out of both teams. This has exchanged both ways several times. Fresh does his teammate a favor, lands one more sap. He is most definitely going to need to throw either one more or a gouge just to buy this cooldown coming off for Trina's bandage. Trina's at 20%. Boner is going to start running around here. And let's tune in to Boner as he is chasing Trina around. Fresh is going to look for one more sap here. He lands it. Trina's going to get the full bandage in, and Stowe is going to get a 2v1 here. Let's see how they're going to handle this. Boner is going to run back. He's going to try and get a mana reset. Possibly might be looking to get his pet back, but he might just be knowing that the rogue's coming and just trying to open any way that is under his control. Boner's going for the res pet now as Fresh creeps in. He's going to try and get that sap on, but it looks like he misses, or maybe he just opens on him outright. He doesn't throw the Garrode on him, but they are starting the dance now as Stogue is going to make quick work of the end of this round in the 2v1. Huge round. Man, as we are heading into the final round here, round 5, we can see that Fresh looks like he started stealth there to start the round. Looks like he didn't want to get caught out by the hunter. But we can see that Karma's creeping around and Fresh is creeping around the other side. Let's go ahead and check in over here. Schloop is dropping the Flame Strike, trying to prevent the rogue from creeping in. See that Karma's fishing around the back of this hut here, though. He's trying to just make sure he's going to get it done. Friday pops Perception, though, charges in on the rogue, doesn't let him get it done. Schloop is going to go ahead and drop the poly onto Friday as they're going to let that poly hold. And Fresh re-stealths again, and he's fishing for another sap, but he doesn't get to land it as Schloop blows up his opening plan here, and Fresh gets caught in a 3v1. It's quite a bad spot for him. He's trying to peel away, but still 3v1 situation, so separated from his team. It looks Not good for him as he goes down. That is a KO there for FU as Stoke gets put in a 3v1 situation. Schloop is trying to drop those polys again, help his team out. Let's get some more CC down as Trina is polyed, and now they have a 3v1 on Friday Beers, who's just trying to keep himself alive. But Schloop here is at 26%. They might be able to get a trade here as Friday is at 5%, 1% KO. It looks like FU is going to run away with this one here in the final round, as Trina is just trying to separate and at least finish one of them for the round. You see how quick these rounds are. They're no more than 45 seconds.